Someone took a standard factory pickup truck, added 2 extra driven wheels, widened the body, dropped an upgraded engine under the hood, and handed the owner a bill for $500,000. The truck it started as cost $70,000. And that's not even the most extreme conversion on today's list. We're going through the 8 most insane 6x6 truck conversions ever built. The ones where a production vehicle wasn't enough, so someone added an entire extra axle and charged accordingly. The prices climb fast. The horsepower numbers are hard to believe. And one of these builds is pushing 1,000 horsepower through 6 driven wheels on a truck you could theoretically take to a school pickup line. Stick with me, because by the time we get to number 2, you're going to question everything you thought you knew about what a truck can be. 6 wheels. It sounds like a modification. It's not. Adding a 3rd driven axle to a production truck means fabricating a new frame extension, re-engineering the driveline, designing custom suspension geometry for an axle that was never meant to be there, and rebuilding the body to cover all of it without looking like something was bolted on in a driveway. Every build on today's list went through that process. Some cost more than a house. One was done by a factory. And the gap between what these trucks looked like before and what they became after is the whole story. 8 conversions. They get more extreme with every entry. The one at number 2 is the moment this list becomes something else entirely. The Mercedes-Benz G63 AMG 6x6. This is the only vehicle on today's list that came from a factory floor rather than a custom shop. In 2013, to Mercedes-Benz Military Vehicles, the division that builds actual military equipment, decided to produce a civilian 6x6 based on the G-Class. Not a concept, not a limited show vehicle, a production truck you could order, register and drive on public roads. The result was the G63 AMG 6x6, and it remains the benchmark against which every other conversion on this list is measured. The exterior is immediately unmistakable. The G-Class silhouette, boxy, upright, uncompromising, is stretched to accommodate the 3rd axle. The body is widened. 5 portal axles provide extraordinary ground clearance. Portal axles being the same technology used in military vehicles where the wheel hub is offset from the axle centerline, effectively raising the entire vehicle several inches without changing ride height. And the truck rides on 5 individually inflatable tyres, each controlled from inside the cab. You can deflate them for soft terrain and re-inflate them while moving. Under the hood, a twin turbocharged 5.5-litre V8, 544 horsepower, 560 pound-feet of torque, enough to move the truck's 11,000 pound mass with genuine urgency. The interior is full AMG specification, leather, carbon fibre, the kind of fit and finish you'd expect from a $200,000 passenger car. Which makes sense, because a new G63 AMG 6x6 cost around $750,000. Mercedes built approximately 100 of them before ending production. They sold every single one. And the resale market for the ones that do occasionally come up treats them as collector vehicles, not trucks. Collector vehicles. But this was built by a manufacturer with unlimited engineering resources and decades of military vehicle experience. What comes next was built by a shop in Texas, and it makes more horsepower. Stop what you were thinking about the Mercedes, because the Hennessey VelociRaptor 6x6 HPE 1000 exists, and it has 1000 horsepower. The base vehicle is a Ford F-150 Raptor R, already one of the most capable performance pickups Ford has ever produced. 700 horsepower from the factory, designed specifically for high-speed off-road use. Hennessey Performance takes that truck, adds a 3rd driven rear axle fabricated in-house, widens the body with custom flares that add 8 inches of track width, mounts 37-inch Goodyear military-grade tyres on all 6 corners, and then opens the hood. The 5.2-litre supercharged V8 gets Hennessey's full HPE 1000 treatment. Upgraded supercharger, ported heads, high-flow fuel injectors, revised tune. Output, 1000 horsepower, 900 pound-feet of torque through 6 driven wheels. On a truck that started as a pickup you could order online. The finished machine is 22 inches longer than the stock Raptor R. It weighs approximately 7,800 pounds fully loaded, and it will accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in around 4.5 seconds. which is the same performance figure as a Porsche Cayenne Turbo, except the VelociRaptor 6x6 weighs almost twice as much and is about to go cross a riverbed at highway speed. The transformation takes Hennessey's shop 8 to 10 weeks. The price, approximately $500,000 total, including the base vehicle. For context, a standard Raptor R costs around $80,000. And that means the conversion itself, the axle, the bodywork, the engine build, the calibration, runs $420,000. And there is a waiting list, because apparently 1,000 horsepower and 6 wheels is exactly what a specific kind of person has been waiting for without knowing it. But here's what comes next. Number 3 on this list doesn't have 1,000 horsepower. It has 850, and yet somehow it might be the most visually arresting truck we're covering today. The Brabus 900 Crawler. Brabus is the German tuning company that has been making Mercedes-Benz vehicles faster, larger and more expensive than the factory for decades. And when they turned their attention to the G-Class 6x6, already the most extreme production truck Mercedes ever built, the result was a vehicle that made the original look conservative. And the Brabus 900 Crawler starts with the G63 AMG 6x6 platform and rebuilds the engine entirely. The twin-turbocharged V8 is bored out, fitted with larger turbochargers, and tuned to produce 888 horsepower and 1,106 pound-feet of torque. Some configurations are quoted at 850 horsepower in more modest tune, and that is the version that gave this video its title. Whatever the exact output number, the real story is torque. 1,106 pound-feet, more twisting force than a Lamborghini Urus and a Porsche Cayenne Turbo combined. The exterior gets the full Brabus treatment, wide-body carbon fiber panels that push the track width even further than the factory already did, 22-inch forged wheels, custom lighting, a front fascia that looks purpose-designed for intimidation. The interior, mastic leather throughout, carbon fiber everywhere. One Brabus-branded instrumentation, a sound system that costs more than most people's cars. The ride quality, remarkable. The Portal axle suspension combined with Brabus-tuned dampers means this machine floats over terrain that would shake a standard truck to pieces. Price, well over $1 million for a fully configured Brabus 900 Crawler. That's more than the base G63 AMG 6x6 cost when new. Brabus took a $750,000 truck and more than doubled its value through engineering alone. And the people buying them are not complaining. The Apocalypse Ram TRX Warlord 6x6. Apocalypse Manufacturing, based in Florida, has built a business out of one idea. Take the most extreme production trucks available and add a third axle. The Warlord is their Ram TRX conversion, and the TRX was already extraordinary before Apocalypse touched it. The factory TRX runs a 6.2-litre supercharged Hellcat V8 producing 702 horsepower. Apocalypse extends the frame, engineers a custom rear axle, widens the body with aggressive composite flares and mounts 37-inch tyres on all 6 wheels. The driveline is reconfigured to send power to the new axle. The result is a truck that looks like the TRX went through the same transformation the G63 went through. Stretched, widened, planted, aggressive in a way the stock truck wasn't. The Hellcat engine remains in base configuration on most builds. 702 horsepower is already enough to make the 6-wheel conversion genuinely fast. Apocalypse also offers engine upgrades, pushing output higher for customers who ask. The conversion adds roughly 30 inches to the truck's overall length. The interior remains stock Ram TRX specification, now which is already high. Leather, Uconnect infotainment, the full suite of Ram's luxury options. Apocalypse focuses on the engineering, not the cabin. Price, approximately $300,000 to $350,000 depending on options and engine spec, significantly less than the Brabus or the Hennessey. More accessible, still completely insane, still 6 driven wheels on what used to be a truck you could buy in a dealer showroom. The Kahn-designed Flying Huntsman 6x6, Land Rover Defender, classic body, legendary off-road capability. And when British coach builder Kahn Design gets involved, a third axle, A raised roofline, a completely bespoke interior, and a price that would buy you a house in most parts of England. The Flying Huntsman 6x6 is built on a Defender 110 chassis, extended to accommodate the additional axle, and the body is redesigned. Kahn retains the Defender's essential character while stretching it in a way that looks intentional rather than modified. A raised roof section creates genuine interior headroom across 6 passenger seats. The interior is where Kahn's coach-building background becomes most apparent. Quilted leather, contrast stitching, hand-finished wood trim, bespoke instrumentation. Every Flying Huntsman 6x6 is built to its owner's specification. No two are identical. The mechanical setup depends on the donor vehicle. Kahn works with various Defender powertrains, including the turbocharged 5.0-litre V8 option, producing around 525 horsepower. The suspension is comprehensively revised to handle the additional length and weight while preserving the Defender's off-road geometry. Into price, approximately $400,000 to $500,000 depending on specification. That's more than a standard Defender 110 V8 by a factor of 5 or 6. But a standard Defender 110 doesn't have 6 wheels, a coach-built interior, and Kahn's nameplate on the doorsill. Different product, different customer, same Defender DNA. The Jeep Wrangler Apocalypse Hellfire 6x6. Everything on this list so far has cost 6 figures minimum and demanded serious money to access. The Hellfire is the entry point, if you can call $185,000 an entry point. But relative to a $750,000 Brabus or a $500,000 Hennessey, it is. Apocalypse Manufacturing takes the Jeep Wrangler Unlimited, the 4-door long wheelbase version, extends the frame, engineers a third rear axle, and mounts 40-inch tyres on all 6 corners. But the conversion adds approximately 34 inches to the Wrangler's overall length. The resulting proportions are dramatic. The Wrangler's iconic shape stretched to a dimension the factory never intended, sitting on 6 wheels that come up past most people's waist. The engine remains the factory 3.6-litre Pentastar Fiam 6 on base builds, 285 horsepower. Though Apocalypse offers a Hellcat V8 conversion pushing output to 707 horsepower for customers who want the name on the spec sheet to match the look of the truck. The interior stays Jeep specification. The focus is the conversion itself, the engineering of that third axle, the suspension geometry, the driveline integration. At $185,000 for a base build, this is where 6-wheeled obsession becomes accessible. Not cheap, but accessible. And if you park it next to a stock Wrangler, not the stock one looks like a toy. The Loki Basecamp 6x6. Every truck on this list was built for performance, presence, or power. This one was built for something else entirely, to go places none of the others could reach and stay there indefinitely. The Loki Basecamp is built on a Ram 3500 chassis, extended and converted to 6x6 configuration, and then fitted with an Expedition living module in the bed. Not a camper shell, not a pop-up tent. A fully insulated, purpose-engineered habitat with a fixed bed, a full kitchen, a bathroom with shower, a heating system rated to -40 degrees, and enough solar and battery capacity to run completely off-grid for weeks. The conversion is executed by Loki Basecamp in Calgary, Canada, a company that builds specifically for extreme expedition use, Arctic conditions, high-altitude terrain. One places where the vehicle breaking down is not a rescue situation, it's a survival situation. The Ram's 6.7-litre Cummins diesel produces 400 horsepower and 1,000 pound-feet of torque. The 6-wheel drivetrain distributes the considerable weight of the living module across the frame in a way the stock 4-wheel setup couldn't manage without compromising off-road capability. 4-wheel drive with locking differentials, air suspension adjustable for terrain. The whole package weighs around 18,000 pounds, fully loaded, and it goes where it needs to go. Price, approximately $450,000 depending on configuration. For a truck and a home built into one machine that will operate in conditions none of the others on this list were designed to survive. Sometimes the most extreme build isn't the fastest or the most powerful. Sometimes it's the one that goes furthest into nowhere and doesn't need anything once it gets there. 8 trucks, One built by Mercedes, one making 1,000 horsepower, one that costs over $1 million and turns torque numbers that make supercar manufacturers uncomfortable, and one that goes to the Arctic and stays there. What every single one of these builds has in common is simple. 4 wheels wasn't the answer. It never was. For the people who ordered these trucks, who waited for them, who spent the kind of money that could buy a house or a fleet of standard vehicles to get exactly what they wanted. 6 wheels is a statement, and every machine on today's list is making it loudly. Now tell me, which one? The factory Mercedes at $750,000, the 1,000 horsepower Hennessey, the Brabus that took a $750,000 truck and made it worth more. Or the Loki that goes where the others wouldn't last a day. Drop it in the comments. I read every one. If these builds did anything for you, hit the like button. It costs nothing and it helps this channel reach the people who need to see these machines. Subscribe because we find these every week and the next list is already built. And if the 6-wheel obsession caught you, the engineering, the third axle, the power numbers, you need to see what happens when custom shops apply the same thinking to full-size semi-trucks. We're talking 1,800 pound-feet of torque, $200,000 sleeper conversions, and trucks that make these 6x6 pickups look small. That video is right here. See you there. Here. See you there. Here. See